Alright, here's our video today, how T cells fight cancer. And T cells are white blood cells. They're a type of white blood cell. And of course they play a very big role in the immune response. And especially when we're dealing with adaptive immunity. So there's adaptive and then there's innate immunity. And we'll talk about adaptive immunity here. So in innate immunity, it's like, you're born with it, right? So your skin is part of your innate immune system, right? Your tears and so forth, and white blood cells like neutrophils. But with adaptive immunity, just in simple terms, it's when you get the flu, for example, and then your body can make antibodies, right? So if you get that, when you get the vaccine for the flu, when the flu comes, you won't get the flu and so forth. So that's when memory cells are made. So we're going to be talking about the adaptive immunity with T cells, and there's two types of T cells, so let's write that down. Find my pen somewhere. Alright, so we're going to have our two types of cells, T cells, and T cells basically in simple terms, they're killer cancer cells, or they're killer cells, right? They'll kill any cell that is dying or is just not up to form, right? So there's the cytotoxic T cells, and then there's the helper T cells. And we'll talk about the cytotoxic T cells in this video. So first of all, T cells in your body, they recognize cancer cells by detecting some abnormal proteins. And we'll say abnormal proteins. So if they detect these abnormal proteins on any cells, they'll attack it. Proteins. And basically we can say these are antigens. So when they detect abnormal antigens, the T cells will recognize it, and of course they will attack it. So the cytotoxic T cells, they release these certain chemicals, and these chemicals will actually kill the cancer or kill the cell. And you can't really see so much in this picture. I'll show you a better picture. Let's get a better picture of this. So here we see, in white over here, we see the T cell, and you can see on the right the cancer, and you can see the antigens on this. So that's what the T cells are recognizing. And you can see as they attach to it, they'll release these two chemicals and kill the cell. So this is the T cell attacking the cancer cell. And of course, when this is all over and you have these dead cancer cells, we have another type of white blood cell. The macrophages will come up like a vacuum cleaner, and they'll just eat all this stuff up. And of course, I'm simplifying this video. There's also B cells, which are the helper T cells, and the B cells, they'll grab onto antigens, as you can see in the picture, right? And so in other words, they can send more of an alert to T cells and help the T cells find these cancer cells. But even with all this happening, cancer cells, again, they're abnormal cell division, so cancer cells can hide, and they do hide. So, this doesn't always work, right? So sometimes cancer cells will hide, and that's when, of course, people have to go through chemotherapy and other forms to get rid of the cancer. And right now they're also working on T cell, training T cells, T cell immunity, T cell therapy, I should say, to train the T cells in the body to recognize the cancer. All right, so let's just do a review here. Get my pen working on there. So again, fighting cancer cells, T cells. This T cells. And these T cells, again, are white blood cells, and they patrol your body. They look for cancer cells. They recognize these cells by spotting unusual markers. And again, these markers, as you can see in the picture, right over here, these are antigens. And, bacteria have them also. And so when a T cell finds a cancer cell, it binds to the cancer cell using a T cell receptor. And over here you're seeing that happen. And it will release chemicals into the cancer. And the cancer cell will die. And of course, then the macrophages will come and clean it up. So that's our video today on T cells killing cancer.